I've been in the 2x4 building phase lately, and benches have been selling awesomely. So today I want to make one that takes only 4, makes as much money as the ones I made with 5, and is as quick to make. I wanted to see how many 2x4s I needed to glue up to get over 9 inches thick, but for this I'll actually use 2 and cut them into thirds. I'm doing a big block of wood that I need to make my legs with, so I want it flat and full. I run them all on the joiner, flatted one face and one side. If you've been watching for a while, you might notice that today I've got a new camera, and it's looking pretty sharp. You'll have to excuse me if some stuff is out of focus or weird for a while, but it sure will look great once I get the hang of this. I'm still using my original camera for some more full shop shots. I hope to keep it fresh and interesting. Some videos have done really well lately and I've reinvested this into the channel. Thanks to all subscribers and everyone watching. On the table saw, I ripped one edge opposite to the jointed edge, leaving them at 3 1/4 inches. Finally on the planer, I get them flat but nothing more. I don't want to lose too much thickness. Glue them up into a block. The ends don't matter too much, I plan to trim it flush later. While this dries, take the 2 last 2x4s for this project and cut them in half on the miter saw. Same as before, run them on the joiner, then table saw, then planer. For 3 out of the 4 boards, get them about an inch thick or whatever you want for your seat. Anything 1 1/4 inches or thinner looks great, else it looks like it was made out of a 2x4. We can make it look nicer. Glue that up, choose your size carefully so you don't have the pith of the 2x4 on top and so it looks nice. Put the ugly side down. To make sure it ends up flat, I like using hardwood and clamping it down to my workbench. Take out the first block of wood out of clamps. Clean up any glue squeeze out and plane it nice and smooth on both sides. On the miter saw or whatever saw you want, trim off the ends of the seat and the block of wood for the legs. Take the block of wood and cut it in half precisely. This part I was improvising, but I had an idea in mind from a piece of wood I had in my shop for a long time, and my trusty cans for the cornering. Take that to the bandsaw and cut that out the best you can. It'll be sanded nice after. The notch on top is for the thicker 2x4s that we didn't plane down when making the seat. Glue the notch and cut the 2x4 that I shortened by 6 inches off camera, letting it go beyond the legs by about an inch on each side. I've done this on a bench lately and it worked great. Use a Forstner bit and drill a hole about an inch deep into the top of the 2x4. Next, pre-drill and then screw that into the legs using a washer and a 3-inch deck screw. This will pull it down and act as a clamp while the glue holds. I've gotten comments about the wood grain when I last did that, and it doesn't matter. This is just acting as a clamp. No screw is ever holding up a bench. On the seat, I cut out the corners with a jigsaw after tracing them out using the same can as earlier. Sand it all down real smooth. I started with 80 grit and ended on 120 grit to make it quicker. I had only mesh papers for now for my other sander, so back to the smaller DeWalt for the cornering. I'll have a review for the Viver one that you just saw soon. It's a pretty amazing tool. I've been using this product with Ager on a lot of things, but never a full bench, and I think it'll look great. For the top, I'm using 8 connectors that I'm pre-drilling a notch with a Forstner bit to make it flush with the top. The clamp here is because the wood split on the too slow Forstner bit. I fixed it though. Flip it over the bottom of the seat. Don't forget not to ruin your nicer top side, and then screw the 8 connectors. No glue here. I finished it with 2 coats of water-based poly. It gives it a nice water-resistant finish. Here it is. I posted it on the marketplace while it wasn't even cured. It got many views and one save already. It'll be gone by the end of the week for sure. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and see you next time.